And I'm David. And we're here to talk about Survivor.
I mean, these people.
Oh.
I am loving that ain't nobody loyal.
No.
And they're willing to do whatever, whenever.
And people are putting on a show. Like every single tribal council,
I mean,
someone seems to just go
Looney
off their
Tunes.
rocker. And Mike is the latest person to do it, right?
Yes, so this is week 10, and it was actually basically two episodes in one. There were two whole immunities and tribals and everything.
Yes.
So, but we start coming back off of Mike's little show.
Yeah, right.
Which, for whatever reason, like, he starts wanting to be the safest of the three healers, and then he turns out, like, I gotta stick with my gang and shake up this 7?
So he's trying to, like, cause a scene at the tribal and draw all the votes to him and save Joe and get Cole out. Cole eventually does get eliminated at that tribal, but Mike wastes his idol because people aren't voting for him.
But they're not voting for Joe either. This was, once again, no votes for Joe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on, people?
When?
You guys he's just gonna sail through
I know.
Nobody wants to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Okay, so we come back from that, and people are like, Mike, what are you doing? Why are you trying to make yourself look bad?
Yeah.
And you wasted your idol.
Yeah, and Joe was like, why wouldn't you tell me that you were going to do that? Like, what's that strategy?
Seemingly it didn't go the way that I'm sure he wanted it to go, but he still was sticking to his guns of like,
for sure.
I'm breaking up that 7. Like, we got to rock this boat.
And he's like, haha, I did. It worked exactly the way I wanted it to because I'm still here and Joe's still here, and he thinks he's the reason for all that, but whatever.
I mean, it's valid to want to shake up that 7. I give him credit for that, but he, you know, whatever.
So now they go into a reward challenge, and it's the one with the feet and the blocks, and Mike comes super close to winning this reward.
Right, so everyone's like,
yeah, but at the last second, he like makes a block go tumbling, and then Lauren winning individual reward.
Right.
Like, sole individual, right? And then
so
she has to pick.
She gets to pick. And she picks Devin, Ben, and Ashley.
And Ryan's sort of like, oh, I don't think this is strategic. Like, Devin needs the sustenance, and Ben and Ashley or something have never been on a reward. Lauren, meanwhile, is like, you're wrong, Ryan. Like, this is totally strategic. These are exactly the people I wanted to talk to.
I mean, of course it's strategic, but also Ryan can't be like, I see what she's doing.
Right.
So I feel like Ryan said the right thing at the time.
Yes.
Yeah. While they're on this reward together, Lauren does a big old proposal.
Yeah.
She's like, this 4 is the 4.
And I was surprised at how well everyone took it, because she straight up was like, tell me what you know, tell me what you know, I'll tell you what I know, and like sort of bossing everyone around, but everyone was like, great, let's all spill the beans. I
mean, I guess if you're bossing people around, but then you say, I have an advantage, I guess it looks like, well, she's willing to play.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you know, Devin's spilling, well, you know.
Ryan has an idol.
Right. So all this info is going out. They seem to be A-okay, let's break up this 7 already.
Yes.
There's still Joe and Mike to get rid of, and they're like, we don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
We're the 4.
Yeah, because they're all about flipping on Chrissy, Ryan, and JP at this point. And I don't think it's the worst move game-wise, because Chrissy and Ryan are both very smart strategic players, and JP is a super huge physical threat. But I just was, again, surprised, like, Joe is still in the game. Why are you already breaking up this 7?
Yeah, I feel like have that conversation and say, as soon as we get Joe out, we're the 4.
Right. And another thing that they all got on this reward was notes from their families.
Letters from their families.
Which was really sweet. Everyone's crying, and that just sort of adds another layer of bonding to this event for these 4, right? So they seem to be rock solid coming out of this reward.
And reading that letter and having some moments thinking about his wife, Ben stumbles upon a clue and finds an idol.
Yeah, just finds it like that too. He's like, I'm a Marine, I'm on a mission, I got a map, let's go. And he finds that idol, and now he's got immunity whenever he wants to use it.
And he kept it a secret, which, thank goodness,
Smart.
finally.
Yes, because he's
why
like...
Why are secrets so hard this season?
I know, he was like, nobody on this tribe can keep a secret. I'm not telling anyone, which thank God.
So we go to the immunity challenge, and there's a little offer. There is an offer to sit out and not compete for immunity if you feel safe, and instead you can enjoy some peanut butter and chocolate.
Delicious. But who are the three people who sit out, Sarah?
Lauren, Devin, Ben.
These 3 people
shady
who just went on rewards, and it's like, oh, you three have been a reward together today, and now all of a sudden you're feeling pretty comfortable that you don't need immunity.
You just ate.
Yeah.
First off.
Yeah.
So you ain't hungry.
Yeah.
And the three of you guys were just bonding. I mean, I would have thrown a fit.
Yes. My spidey sense would have been going crazy.
Absolutely.
Like something is going on here.
I hope that they just edited that out and
Yeah.
that Chrissy saw it.
Yeah.
But they didn't show it to us, so I don't know.
The only thing we saw was Ryan sort of being like, hold up, I thought
Yeah.
we were all united and trying to get Joe out, and now they're all sitting to the side and I have to win immunity over Joe on this
Yeah.
balance thing? Like, what?
Yeah, because he's not gonna win.
It comes down to Ashley and Mike in the immunity challenge, and Mike is so close to getting immunity, which really would have thrown a wrench in the
everyone's
plans.
like,
Yeah, but Ashley wins immunity. Now they just have to figure out a way, this four, to talk to Joe and Mike and get them on their side to break up this 7.
with Ashley's win, that little group feels good.
Yep.
They start to put their plan in motion by including Joe and Mike.
Yes.
And they're like, now's the time, boys.
Uh-huh.
Splitting up this 7. We are voting out. Well, they don't tell us who they're voting out.
Right.
But they're like, you're voting with us. And we hear Joe and Mike be like, yeah, we vote with you.
Yeah, but Chrissy, Ryan, and JP think that they are still voting with the rest of the 7, right? So they are still sitting comfortable going into this tribal council, and they're the ones talking about, yeah, you know, when as soon as you're not part of the conversation, that's when things happen, and you're the one going home, and you gotta play this game when you eat, when you sleep, and when you poop, and like all this stuff. And they're the ones that are on the bottom, and they're the ones who are saying this stuff.
Oh, that tribal was painful to watch when
Yeah.
you're like rooting for people who are about to
Right.
be blindsided.
Yeah.
We should point out though that also part of this plan, which came from Devin, was while we're about to blindside the 7, let's not make it clear who the group actually is and let's keep Ben out.
Yeah.
So they agree that Ben is not going to vote with them.
Right.
He's going to stay with the Chrissy group.
Yeah.
And he's going to act like he was blindsided along and be the spy to infiltrate. So there's communication on both sides.
Yeah.
Kind of smart.
Yeah, very smart. So Ben votes Mike with these other guys so that he can stay on their side, and the rest of the tribe votes JP out.
JP!
Total blindside.
I mean, I was annoyed that the editing wasn't even showing us who they were discussing.
Yeah, I know.
And then all of a sudden it's JP, and I thought, Ashley?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened to him providing
Aren't
for the
you
tribe?
in love with
Yeah.
him?
Yeah. Well, apparently now she's got Devin, so she doesn't need JP anymore. So I was
bye-bye.
blindsided
I
as
was
much as
blindsided.
JP was. I thought that
I
was
mean, I just didn't know if it was coming.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a weird choice because JP hasn't won any challenges yet. Maybe he's throwing them. But Chrissy and Ryan seem more like dangerous, manipulative, strategic players to me. It seemed like I thought they would get one of them out.
Well, yeah. I mean, JP is he's so strong. He is a physical threat. I feel like he's a physical threat equal to how Chrissy is a strategic threat.
Sure.
So whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever your choice is, I'm just bummed to see JP go.
Yeah. He was like, man, they got me good.
Yeah. It was like, first off, JP didn't say anything forever.
Yeah.
And then he was gone.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So we come back from this tribal, and Ryan and Chrissy are on the bottom. They've been blindsided.
Obviously, they are
think that
totally confused.
Yeah, they
Chrissy's
think
doing the like,
she's counting.
who voted what?
And she thinks Ben is equally blindsided.
Ben's playing along.
Yeah.
He's acting like he's confused. But Chrissy's very questioning. When did you guys decide this? What happened? How this went down?
And Joe's eating it up. He cannot help himself being in a position of power. He's like, well, you're asking confidential information, like we're not going to tell you.
He's like,
this.
well, what happened? Like,
Yeah.
acting like he might have had something to do with it.
Right.
When he was clearly
A puppet.
a vote. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan, however, handles it differently. He's all like, gracious, thank you for keeping me.
Honestly, that's the best way to handle it,
Yes.
I think, because Lauren then is like, you're fine, Ryan, you're fine, you know, and you can't come back guns blazing because then that puts a target on you.
Right, exactly.
So they're all sort of reeling from this, trying to figure out what went wrong.
I will say at this point, Devin is super cocky.
He's
Devin
pretty
thinks
pleased with himself.
that he is running the show. I mean, he kind of is. He's got some great ideas. but he's just like loving life, which is the most dangerous thing to do.
Yeah. Then they go to a reward challenge, right?
Yes.
They get divided into 2 teams of 4, and all 4 of the most physically capable players end up on one team, and then it's Chrissy, Ryan, Lauren, and Mike on the other team.
I mean, that's not gonna work.
Shockingly, it's sort of close in the end.
A little.
At least they edited it to seem that way. But of course, these 4 hugely physical people win the reward.
Joe, Devin, Ben, and Ashley.
Yeah.
Which is basically a group working together, although Joe and Ben, like Joe doesn't know Ben is in on it. So during this, you know, Ben's still playing it off.
Yeah.
And Joe still thinks he's like, got the upper hand on Ben, which is hilarious.
It was great. Like the whole reward thing was great because they're going to this spa and Ben's, you know, playing the part and he's like, so you guys want to tell me like what happened? And Joe's like, no, man.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about it.
Back at camp, Chrissy and Ryan are scrambling.
Yeah. And it's sort of embarrassing for them because
Mike's like, dude, you never wanted to work with me before.
Yeah. And Ryan's like,
he's like, I'm good now.
Ryan's like, oh yeah, no, I hear you, but like I do want to work with you now.
Yeah. And Mike's like, nah.
And Chrissy's going up to Lauren, and Lauren is like, you have never spoken to me. Why are you trying to speak
Chrissy
to me
was like,
now?
but you know what, we should talk. We should talk. And Lauren's like,
I mean, good for you guys. Like, keep playing Survivor. Don't roll over. You know, don't give up.
Right. I mean, that's gotta feel a little humiliating to have to do it, but at least you're doing it.
Right.
And also, it's hilarious that people can be like,
yeah. I don't need you.
We'll say.
So then they go into the immunity challenge, which is like a lot of balancing, and it ends with like a puzzle with a really long word that you have to...
It was a very intricate challenge. It wasn't like just, here we're going to stand and balance for as long as you can. No. This was layered and
seesaws
levels.
And
you had to have
beams.
multiple skills.
Yeah.
Balancing the strength and the puzzle because it ends in a puzzle.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I was straight up rooting for Chrissy.
I realize that I am team Chrissy.
Yeah, I am team Ben and Chrissy.
Okay.
And I am disappointed that they're not working together right now. But like, when it came down to it, I needed Chrissy to win that immunity
because
challenge.
She was probably going to go home if she didn't.
Exactly. And when she pulled it out.
It was so great. And she's just got such a great little story. Like, she's been a super fan for so long. She's like, I've been waiting for this moment for 16 years. Like, how great that because I honestly am surprised that Chrissy won individual immunity even once. So that's great for her that she managed to pull that out.
Yeah, she's horrible at balancing, and she had to do, a part of it was balancing. I mean, good for her. So
she can rest easy. She knows she's going to be there.
And this puts a slight kink into Lauren and Ben's plans because she was the one they wanted out.
Right, because they know Ryan has an idol. And he still has not played that.
But then they're like, hey, let's get Joe out.
Yeah, we don't really need him anymore.
Oh my gosh.
It's about time, people.
This is when you want to get Joe out.
I know. Right after you formed an alliance with him.
Okay, so let's back up. When they included Joe and Mike in their vote, I thought, that's it.
It's a 1 week thing.
Joe and Mike are still 2 votes.
Yeah.
Chrissy could maybe get them over to vote on her side. Maybe Joe, he could play like, what are you going to do for me? Like, should I vote with you or should I vote with them? Like, they should be an island of their own thing.
Yes.
But this whole episode, they're talking about how they are now an alliance of 5.
Yeah.
They're the 5 strong. What, why? Why is that a thing? Then they're like, no, let's get Joe out.
Yeah.
No, you're not an alliance of 5. Like, what? I'm so confused.
Just fools.
By this group. But anyway.
So Devin has this whole plan that he explains to Mike and Joe where Lauren's going to use her extra vote and they're going to split the votes because Ryan is going to use his idol and then they're going to get Ben out on the revote, right? So Joe and Mike are like, great, we're in, like whatever you guys want. We are solid, this 5, we're going to do this right.
But meanwhile, they're planning on voting Joe out.
And on the other side, we should maybe mention quickly that Ashley is sort of the target for Chrissy and Ryan because Ashley betrayed them and they want to get her out, right? So they think Ben is going to vote with them. Then we go to Tribal.
Wait, before we go to Tribal, Ashley and Lauren convene.
Yes.
And Ashley's like, you know, Ben is playing a dang good game.
Yes.
Like, we can't take him to the end. He's got a good story. He's a Marine, you know, blah, blah, blah. And Lauren's like, I agree. And then all of a sudden, they're like, is this the time we should get Ben out? Because, you know, Joe and Mike are already voting to get him out.
Which I was like, what? Lauren, I thought Lauren was super tight with Ben.
Pick a lane,
Thank you.
people.
I agree that you should get Ben out at some point, but
yes,
I need you to stay focused and get Joe out, please.
This flip-flopping
I know.
is fun to watch.
Yeah, right. So then Ashley goes to Devin and she's like, so Lauren and I were talking. We were thinking like, we could get Joe out, but what if we got Ben out? And Devin's like, oh man, like that is a tough call,
As soon as she told Devin, I was like, it's probably not going to happen yet because Devin is going to be the smarter one to say, yes, we need to get Ben out, but not yet.
Not yet.
Like way too soon to get Ben out.
Yeah.
Now we go to tribal.
Yes. And again, Mike and Joe
cannot
stop singing the praises of this 5-person strong alliance. It's like the two surgeons analogy, blah, blah, blah. Just because you did it wrong doesn't mean we're going to do it wrong. We're going to do it right this time. I'm Mike. I'm a doctor. Woo.
Yeah, we're in. And they're like, this is exactly what you were saying about us 7, that we couldn't be strong. But now that you're in it, it is strong. And they're like, yep.
Yeah,
basically.
It is. So then they do the vote. Ryan plays his idol as Ben suggested to him to do. Which is Ben
playing his little spy part. And that's great. Ryan needed to play that idol just to be safe. Like, no telling what's happening right now.
Yeah. So sure enough, 2 votes go to Ryan because Joe and Mike voted for Ryan. Those don't count. Then we get the 2 votes for Ashley from Chrissy and Ryan.
Right.
And then the rest of the votes are for Joe, and Joe goes home. And I love when Chrissy was like, oh, I guess that alliance wasn't so strong, huh?
Yes.
She just got in that final dig to Joe.
Get in that dig. Joe's totally caught off guard.
Yeah.
Completely blindsided.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. And so's Mike. Mike's like, oh.
Yeah.
Finally. I mean, I can't believe that Joe is finally out.
I know. It took a long time.
It took a long time.
If he could have been a different person, I think he would have lasted a lot longer.
If he could have just not been him.
Not been himself, because he can't help himself.
And he wanted to run his mouth. He wanted to be the villain. He even said to Mike, like, you don't get to be the villain. I'm the villain.
Yeah.
He thought that was his great strategy, and thank goodness it finally went away. But we are at quite a predicament now. So it's kind of gonna be out that Ben is teetering.
Because I saw Chrissy counting the votes at the end of that tribal, and she's realizing, wait a minute, Ben did not vote with Ryan and I.
And they're also so cocky that I think that they're just gonna be like, yeah, Ben's been a part of it the whole time.
But we got the numbers, so it doesn't matter if you know.
And also, Lauren and Ashley, they got plans of their own, and it doesn't seem like anyone's actually loyal.
No.
And so I really don't know, like, you kind of have to have a little bit of loyalty to make it far. So I don't think Lauren is gonna make it as far as she thinks.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's just my guess. I mean, I'm still rooting for Chrissy and Ben. I don't know.
Yeah, Ben's a target now though, for sure. And we saw in the preview for the next episode that Ben is making a fake immunity idol because he senses something is going on with this tribe. I don't know what his plan is with the fake immunity idol.
But he has a real one.
Yeah, he has a real one that he can use.
So far, it doesn't seem like anybody knows.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll get wind when they actually do want to vote him out though. I don't know. I feel like there ain't no alliances right now.
I know, yeah.
Except for maybe Chrissy and Ryan.
Yeah.
Those two so far have still been loyal to each other.
Yeah. And I think like Ashley and Devin seem pretty tight as well. But you never know with that group.
Yeah, that's new.
Chrissy and Ryan have been together from the beginning, and they seem that like they want to go to the end together.
And they got some sort of magical bond.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Other than that, nobody's loyal to anybody.
Right. And I am here for it.
Yes, exactly.
You guys, what do you think? What is going to happen next? Who's going and who's making it?
See you next time.
Okay, bye.